Tuesday, June 13, 2023, M8. Don't ask me why it's still here at the garage. I told them yesterday to throw it out. I don't know, maybe we have some update from the customer. We're gonna say we're gonna figure it out when Omar comes here. Regarding the melt piston and the cylinder, how it looks like. Like I said to my friend, that the cylinder, I can see with the camera that there are two vertical lines inside. It's not the ideal. If you put a new piston with the piston rings, you're gonna change only one piston, you're gonna change all of them. You don't know how it is the condition of the other pistons in other cylinders. It might have a melt point, but not that much like the number 3. I don't know about that, I'm not inside. I check only the number 3, I see that it has a melt piston on number 3, that means need to be open the engine, I'm stopping there. So you don't want to charge the customer extra money for checkup since you find the problem, right? So, because of the cylinder, the two vertical lines, and because of the temperatures that they raise inside of the cylinder, it will gonna have some run out, and it's been compromised the cylinder wall. So it's not the ideal to repair the engine and to don't touch the cylinder at all. I don't know what can be done on the cylinder. That's one thing. Maybe it's worth it to just put one used engine inside and call it a day, and everybody happy. Then, regarding the methanol, this, I don't know if it's a kit, if they're selling it as a kit with adapters here, or if you have to get it separate, or whatever. Alright? For me, like I said, as close as you are spraying to the manifold, so much inconsistent it's the methanol that's entering per cylinder. What I mean by that? If you just spray, let us say, on the inlet of the turbo, you're gonna have enough time to blend with the air and come uniform the methanol with the air in all of the cylinders, because it's gonna be far away. When you spray so close, some cylinders are gonna get more methanol, some other will gonna get less. And the oxygen sensor, he cannot see which cylinder gets more and which one's less. It does have an EGT or oxygen sensor per cylinder, it's per bank. You're gonna tell me there is a knock. Yes, there is a knock sensor. Yeah, correct. But I don't know who tuned the car. I don't remember if I mentioned. They told me that it's been tuned, the ECU. It's not stock. So I don't know. Some people, they remove the fail safe to make more power. Some people, they are cheating. They are making to showing less oil temperature, less coolant temperature, less intaker temperature through the ECU to give more ignition timing. So I don't know what's the case here. I don't know who tuned the car. It's not my business. Now, you cannot blame the people who whoever installed the methanol kit, you cannot blame them for the melt piston as soon as they are not the ones that they tune the ECU. That means if you walk in one garage with a methanol kit and you say to them, you know what, I want to install this methanol kit, all right? They will gonna install it for you. With a good way, with a bad way, they will gonna install it with one way or the other. Now, it's on the owners, on the tuner hand to tune properly or to revise the tune or to see that it's working fine. You're not just pushing blindly. That's my point, all right? Now, for what can you blame, hi man, good morning. For what can you blame the people who install the methanol kit? For the installation. And I'm gonna explain what I mean. What I don't like 2-3 things. I don't like to see cables hanging around like that, especially on top of the positive. You're gonna tell me it's covered. Yes, okay. I don't like that there is no terminal here, there is no fitting. They just strip off the wire and they put it under the ground cable here. That's not acceptable, okay? I don't like that the boot it's not in place. I don't like that has electrical tape there. I mean, you have the pipe here that's with the heat it's shrinking, all right? So why you didn't put also there? Solder it and put also there. Why to keep it like this? Pass the same pipe inside, cut it nicely, and then warm it up to looks nice, or continue dressing it till the fuse. Here, they get electricity or ignition on. I don't know what they're getting from here, most probably electricity. They just strip the wire and they shove it inside between the fuse and the fuse box. Some for the Mercedes, on this one, on the BMW, I don't remember how it's called. Alright. You have squeeze also here the pipe. Okay, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe it's me, but for me I'm not gonna do it like this. I'm not gonna use self-tapping screws to drill the car. I mean to tap the car. They drive the screws through the panel of the car, you know. It's missing, the other one's there. It's much better, let us say, to fix one plate, one aluminum plate. You have a thread here, as an example. You have another one hole here, let us say, to put with a bolt and nut. You have another one here for the ground. Fix one plate, so later on, if the owner he wants to remove it, you can remove the plate with the pump, and then it's gonna be nice and clean. You're not gonna see holes. Now in this case, you're gonna see holes. Yeah. For the rubber boot, okay, you can purchase one rubber boot from the agency and put back into stock. Okay, like I said, it's not very clean, the installation, but that's me. Like I said all the time, I might be wrong. Also, I might be wrong for the position of the methanol, because I'm not gonna do this thing. This doesn't mean that I'm right. Maybe they make more power like that. Maybe they know something. Here, since they open also the airbox from this side, I saw that the hose, it's not fully inside. Yeah, and I'm right. This one is supposed to step down here. I said that yesterday, and you see that it's not right installed. So the installation, it can be done better. Then here it's squeezing the coolant pipe. Yeah, I don't know what kind of jets they put inside. I have no clue. I have no clue what kind of tune has inside. It has a ready tune that's like universal, or it has a custom tune, or I don't know. Unfortunately. And once again, like I said, I don't know if it's worth it to repair this engine or to put a used one. It might be cheaper and faster to throw one used engine in than to repair this engine. Now it's different story if the customer he wants to put a piece of connectors and to use some other aftermarket internal parts for the engine. But if you're looking for a bone stock, it's gonna be much more expensive if you rebuild this engine. For me, it's up to the owner, whatever he'll gonna decide. Anything else? Do I forget something? It's a shame, you know, new car to end up like that. I mean, you can keep it bone stock and has plenty of power, if you're asking me. And by the way, the lithium battery, it's drained. It doesn't have electricity at all. It's 38 week of 2019. We might put it on a battery charger. We have a battery charger for lithium batteries. I hope to wake up. I hope to recover. It's expensive battery, and it's not an old one. This is supposed to be 2020. We have 2023. It's 3 years old. These are lasting 6-7 years. These lithium batteries. We're gonna see about that. We're gonna see about that. What a shame. What a shame. Again, it's different. You see yesterday the video, the pattern of the fuel injector that's spraying inside. You're gonna tell me this doesn't say anything if it has an injector failure, but all the story. Keep in mind. See, let's give this scenario, right? We have a melt piston number 3. All right. I don't know how it's the number 4. I didn't open it. If it's a little bit melt on the top of the piston. I went direct to the number 3 because I had a misfire number 3. I didn't want to waste more time, and I didn't want to charge more money the customer for a checkup. You're going there, since you have misfire, to see what's going on. And since you see the oil that's escaping out, there are 50-50 chances either somebody forget it open, but again has some suction, some vacuum inside, or you have a blow-by, or you melt a piston, the pressure it went to the crankcase down, and then start escaping the oil from here. You know. Unfortunately, it's gonna be much better if they just forget to close the cap, or it's not sealing, let us say, well, or something. Unfortunately, it's not the case. Now, what I was saying, it might be that, example, because of the jet it's here, to suck, let us say, number 1, number 2, all the methanol, and the number 3 don't have enough methanol, as an example. Or to end up the methanol, let us say, on the number 4 cylinder, and less on the number 3. And even less on the number 1 because 90 degrees. It might be the case. It might not be even the case with the methanol. It might be only just a fuel injector, as an example. Maybe it failed the fuel injector, and Arno who tune it if there is the fail-safe, if for the knocking, for whatever, because they are changing how sensitive you're gonna be, what you're gonna hear. You might make the knock sensor to be deaf completely and to run even on knocking, to don't cut ignition timing, to don't give extra fuel, and don't cut the boost, no matter what. Even if you hear hammering, let us say inside, continue running. I don't know about that. I don't know who tune it, to be honest. All right, that's it. If, let us say, somebody using this methanol for a, how to say now that, if you are using it for years and you don't have any problem, you're ending up on the tune and on the fuel injector. If this is something new, you might need to be sure that this setup is working with this way, so close to the intake manifold. That's what I'm saying only. I'm not saying, I cannot say for sure that it's the methanol or it's the injector or it's the tune. And usually it's not only one thing, it's a combination. It's very rare to be only one thing. Okay, I hope that I make myself clear. Now, the guys, like any other time, we are not removing the engine and start opening the engine. Nope, it's not like that. We are putting everything back in place. We are closing the bonnet, we are putting the car outside, we are covering the car, and we are waiting from the owner to give us the next order, what he wants to do. Maybe he wants to get the car and he wants to go, let us say, to just swap one engine. Maybe he wants to build the engine. It's up to the owner. We are not continue until we didn't get an order from the customer. Actually, we are waiting order from the office. The office is waiting order from the customer. How to continue? First thing first, it came for checkup. We found the problem. It's no need to spend stupid amount of money for checking up. No need to remove everything. Going direct to the cylinder that has a misfire. You see with the camera that has a melt piston. Finish. Closing back again. Like this, everybody happy. We're gonna be everybody happy if it didn't have melt piston, but that's a different story. That's it. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Let me continue working.